Hi everyone, I'm Mona and I'm daughter of Kiran Chaudhary, the one who runs this channel. I'm reading Bhagwat Geeta on this channel and today it's a third chapter. So let's start with Bhagwat Geeta, the song Divine. Okay, third chapter. Arjun said, Krishna, if you consider knowledge as superior to action, why then do you urge me to this dreadful action, Keshav? You are, as it were, puzzling my mind by these seemingly conflicting expressions. Therefore, tell me the one definite discipline by which I may obtain the highest good. Sri Bhagwan said, Arjun, in this world, two courses of sadhana, spiritual discipline, have been enunciated by me in the past. In the case of Sankhya Yogi, the sadhana proceeds along the path of knowledge, whereas in the case of Karma Yogi, it proceeds along the path of action. Man does not attain freedom from action, culmination of the discipline of action, without entering upon action, nor does he reach perfection merely by ceasing to act. Surely, none can ever remain inactive even for a moment, for everyone is helplessly driven to action by modes of Prakriti, nature-born qualities. He who outwardly restraining the organs of sense and action sits mentally dwelling on the objects of senses. The man of deluded intellect is called a hypocrite. On the other hand, he who controlling the organs of sense and action by the power of his will and remaining unattached undertakes the yoga of selfless action through those organs, Arjun, he excels. Therefore, do you perform your allotted duty, for action is superior to inaction. Desisting from action, you cannot even maintain your body. Man is bound by his own action except when it is performed for the sake of sacrifice. Therefore, Arjun, do you efficiently perform your duty, free from attachment for the sake of sacrifice alone? Having created mankind along with Yajna, at the beginning of creation, the creator Brahma said to them, You shall prosper by this. May this yield the enjoyments you seek. Foster the gods through this sacrifice, and let the gods foster you. Thus, each fostering the other selflessly, you will attain the highest good. Fostered by sacrifice, the gods will surely bestow on you unasked all the desired enjoyments. He who enjoys the gifts bestowed by them without offering their share to them is undoubtedly a thief. The virtuous who partake of what is left over after sacrifice are absolved of all sins. Those sinful ones who cook for the sake of nourishing their bodies alone partake of sin only. All beings are evolved from food. Production of food is dependent on rain. Rain ensues from sacrifice, and sacrifice is rooted in prescribed action. Know that prescribed action has its origin in the Vedas, and the Vedas proceed from indestructible God. Hence, the all-pervading infinite is always present in sacrifice. Arjun, he who does not follow the will of creation, thus said going in this world, that is, does not perform his duties, leads a sinful and sensual life. He lives in vain. He, whoever who takes delight in the self alone and is gratified with the self and is contented in the self has no duty. In this world, that great soul has nothing to gain by the action nor by abstaining from action, nor has his selfish dependence of any kind on any creature. Therefore, go on efficiently doing your duty at all times without attachment. Doing your work without attachment, man attains the supreme. It is through action without attachment alone that Janaka and other wise men reached perfection. Having in view the maintenance of world order to, you should take to action. For whatever a great man does, that very thing other men also do. Whatever standard he sets up, the generality of men follow the same. Arjun, there is no duty in all the three worlds for me to perform, nor is there anything worth unattaining by me. Yet I continue to work. Should I not engage in action scripturally at any time, great harm will come to the world. For Arjun, men follow my way in all matters. If I ever cease to act, these worlds would perish. Nay, I should prove to be the cause of confusion and the destructions of these people. Arjun, as the unwise act with attachment, so should the wise man, with a view to maintain the world order, act without attachment. A wise man established in the self should not unsettle the mind of the ignorant attached to action, but should get them to perform all their duties, duly performing his own duties. In fact, all action as being performed by the modes of Prakrit, primordial nature, the fool whose mind is deluded by egoism think, I am the doer. However, he who has true insight into the respective spheres of guns, modes of Prakrit, and their action, holding that it is the guns in the form of the senses, mind, etc., that move among the guns, objects of perceptions, does not get to attachment to them, Arjun. Those who are completely deluded by the guns, modes of Prakrit, remain attached to those guns and actions. The man of perfect knowledge should not unsettle the mind of those ignorance of imperfect knowledge. Therefore, dedicating all action to me, with your mind fixed on me, the self of all, freed from desire and the feeling of mume and cured of mental agitations, fight. Even those men who, with an uncavailing and devout mind, always follow this teaching of mine and release from the bondage of all actions. But they, however, who finding fault with these teaching of mine do not follow it, take those fools to be deluded in the matter of all knowledge as lost. All living creatures follow their tendencies. Even the wise man acts according to the tendencies of his own nature. Of what use is restraint by force? Attraction and repulsion are rooted in all sense objects. Man should never allow himself to be swayed by them, because they are true principal enemies standing in the way of his redemption. One's own duty, though devoid of merit, is preferable to the duty of another well performed. Even that is the performance of one's own duty brings blessedness, another's duty is fraught with fear. Arjun said, now impaired by what, Krishna? Does this man commit sin even involuntarily, as though driven by force? Sri Bhagwan said, it is desire begotten of the element of rajas, which appears as wrath. Nay, it is insatiable and grossly wicked. No, this is to be the enemy in this case. As fire is covered by smoke, mirror by dust, and ember by the amnion, so is knowledge covered by desire. And Arjun, knowledge stand covered by these eternal enemy of the wise, known as desire, which is insatiable like fire. The senses, the mind, and the intellect are declared to be its seat. Covering the knowledge through these, it desires deluded the embodied soul. Therefore, Arjun, you must first control your senses, and then kill this evil thing which obstructs Jnana, knowledge of the Absolute or Nirguna Brahma, and Vijnana, knowledge of Sakara Brahma or manifest divinity. The senses are said to be the greater than the body, but greater than the senses is the mind. Greater than the mind is the intellect. And what is greater than intellect is he, the self. Thus, Arjun, knowing the self which is higher than the intellect and subduing the mind by reason, kill this enemy in the form of desire that is hard to overcome. Thus, in this Upanishad sung by the Lord and the science of Brahma, the scripture of yoga and dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjun, is the third chapter entitled Karma Yoga or Yoga of Action. So, the third chapter is known as the Yoga of Action or Karma Yoga. Here, it's Bhagwat Geeta I'm reading, and I was reading third chapter. The title was the Yoga of Action, which means your duties is also a form of yoga. If you do your duties without looking for the fruit, it's Bhagwat Geeta. It's Lord Krishna and Arjun. Is Hindu mythology. Many say it's Hindu history. Yes. So I'm done for today. Tomorrow at the same time, I will read chapter 4. And if you're new to the channel, you can go back to the playlist. You can easily find Bhagavad Gita in English translation. Thank you for today. I will meet you tomorrow at the same time.